Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading an Arlecchino listener by me. So let's get into it. The mission was a success. At least, that's what you thought. You're still catching your breath as you step back into the candlelit corridor. The familiar shadows of the House of the Hearth swallowing you up. The thrill of adrenaline lingers, but it fades the moment you see Arlecchino standing at the end of the hall. Her arms are crossed, her expression cold, and her eyes locking onto yours with an intensity that makes your heart sink. From the looks of it, there was something she had to say, and it was nothing that you wanted to hear. At first, it's just quiet, and she assesses every detail. The scuffed boots, the faint traces of a bruise on your cheek, the blood and the tears in your uniform. Care to explain? Care to explain? She finally asks, her voice low, and laced with an edge that only appears when she's truly upset. You open your mouth to answer, but the words just don't come out. It takes a bit of fumbling until you're able to say something. I didn't expect them to be so organized. But I handled it, didn't I? Handled it? Handled it. You barely came back in one piece. Her words are sharp, like knives wrapped in ice. Her voice, usually cool and controlled, now trembles with a quiet fury, a rare glimpse of the storm that she keeps so tightly reined in. She takes a step forward, and instinctively, you take a step back. I thought you had enough sense to know better. I don't know what you were thinking, running in alone like that without any backup or plan. Do you understand how reckless that was? You tried to hold your ground, to keep your voice steady. I didn't want to waste time waiting. It could have... Waiting? So your idea of handling things is throwing yourself into a situation without thinking, without considering the risk to yourself or the mission. I thought I could manage it. You stammered quietly. Clearly, you were wrong. She snaps, her eyes narrowing. I didn't have you help me to watch you throw your life away. Each word feels like a hammer blow, breaking down the armor you've built for yourself. You've seen Arlecchino angry before, at subordinates, at enemies, at the world sometimes, but she always kept herself cool and controlled. And this time, it was different. This was directed solely at you, and your anger was showing in a way you've never seen before, and it hurts in a way you had not expected. You tried to keep your composure, to keep her from seeing how much it stings, but something in you cracks, and then it all comes crashing down. Your hand shakes slightly, and before you can stop it, a tear slips down your cheek, and you can see the flash of surprise in her eyes. Though she quickly masks it, her expression hardening once more. Crying now? Really? You turn away, wiping at your face. I didn't mean to. I only wanted to prove that I could handle it, that I was capable. There is a pause. Then, unexpectedly, she sighs. It's a quiet, weary sound, the kind that only slips out when she's let her guard down. You don't need to prove anything to me. If you think carelessness and recklessness make you capable, then you've completely misunderstood what I expect from you. You look back at her, trying to make sense of the shift in her tone. Her gaze has softened, just slightly, and though her expression is still severe, there is something gentler in her eyes now, a flicker of concern. Arlecchino, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea what it would be like to lose you? The foolishness, the audacity to think I'd be fine watching you risk everything for the sake of pride. The words hang between you, heavy and raw. You've never seen her like this before. Never heard her say anything like this. Vulnerability is not something Arlecchino allows herself. It is something she detests in others. But now, for the first time, you see a glimpse of it in her. A silver of the fear that she keeps buried under that cold, unbreakable exterior. I didn't know you cared so much. Her jaw clenches and she looks away, as though uncomfortable with the admission. You're a fool if you think I don't. I wouldn't waste my time with someone I didn't care about. But caring for you does not mean I will let you act recklessly. If you think my affection is permission to be careless, then you're severely mistaken. You nod, wiping at your eyes again, feeling a strange sense of warmth. Despite the harshness of her words, despite her anger and frustration, you feel an odd sense of relief. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful. I promise. And after a moment of quiet, she finally nods, her expression softening. See that you do. There is a pause, the air between you thick with unspoken words. And you reach out, your fingers brushing against hers. For a heartbeat, she hesitates, and then her hand closes around your own, her grip firm and grounding. Next time, don't push me away. If you need help, then ask for it. Pride has no place between us. You nod, a faint smile tugging at your lips despite everything. Understood. She gives your hand a gentle squeeze, a silent reassurance before she releases it. And as she steps back, her gaze holds a warmth that wasn't there before. Now, get some rest, and don't make me worry like this again. You nod, the weight in your chest easing as you meet her eyes one last time.